was talking to Coach Parker just about them capitalizing on their good season basketball-wise. You guys kind of in the same boat. You guys 2 straight years not going to the tournament. How do you guys, going into year 3 under you, I mean, how do you capitalize on that and keep the momentum going and everything like that?
I think we just continue to work hard and, understand that we were playing really good basketball at 2 different times last season. One at I'd say the beginning of the season, one at the end of the season. There was a reason during that mid-season we just had so many injuries. But I like this team. I like our roster. I think we've filled some needs, and I think the biggest thing you've got to do is you've got to continue to in the recruiting process to fill needs, and that's what we were able to do with this class.
Yeah, I know when you were up here at Coach Osborne's show last week, you talked a little bit about your recruiting class. I kind of go through again just what you like about this group and what were some of the needs that you were able to fill?
I thought we first and foremost needed some depth on the interior, and we were able to sign Dauda Samario, who's got 3 years to play, 6'10", he's 235 pounds. 7'4" wingspan, so I think he gives us a shot blocker on the interior. And then Aaron Adoye, 6'7", probably about 240. A guy very similar to George Fan, except probably a little better perimeter skills. It gives us a guy, we can play he and George together. George gets some foul trouble. It's a guy that you're not going to see the drop-off maybe that you saw with last year's team. It's a guy that can challenge George every day, potentially start. And then, Peyton Halsey, a winner, a kid that won a state championship. Versatile, I would say is probably as good a basketball IQ as anyone we have on the team. 6'5" point guard, it gives us some size, a guy that can really pass the ball, but more importantly, knows how to win. And then the 2 kids that we're setting out, Chris Harrison Docks, a tremendous competitor, a guy that can really shoot the basketball. It gives us something at the point guard position that we probably haven't had in some time. And then Trincy Jackson, by far our best athlete, by far our best defender. So, and then we look at our walk-on Brandon Price. I mean, he's a guy that will challenge people at the point guard position. So we have a lot of new faces, and I know Nigel Snipes is not a new player, but he wasn't playing last year due to an injury. So that's 7 new guys that can all challenge for major minutes this year.
How's his progress coming with his knee injury?
He's been terrific. He's back. Actually got to go through the first team workout this week. Looked good. I think right now it's more mental than physical, but he's back. He looks like the athlete he was prior to the injury.
What are your, personal expectations for this team next year? I know a lot of guys are going to look at this roster and see it's year 3 with George Fant, TJ Price, and that group who came in with a lot of expectations as freshmen. They're upperclassmen now. What do you expect out of them and the rest of this group next year?
I expect them to take the next step and to elevate their game. And the thing I've seen a little bit in the summer workouts from those guys is they're being better leaders. They're communicating. They're talking to guys, and I think they understand how hard they have to work every day. It's hard to put that pressure on a freshman. As sophomores, I thought they were better, but it's time to take it to another level now. And I think those guys are doing that. We're still a relatively young team. We only have 3 seniors on the roster, but we're starting to get the roster where you've got some depth and you've got some experience, and that's a good thing in the game of basketball.
You say take it to another level. I guess specifically in your mind, does that mean make a deep run in NCAA tournament? Is that kind of what you're looking at?
It means be a team. We gave ourselves a chance this year against Kansas. We played, make a few more shots here and there, and we're advancing to the next round. But you always want to make a deep run. I think this team, with the depth we have, with the experience we have, I think we're capable of it. But first thing we got to do is take care of business within the conference, have a great regular season. What I'd like to do is not put ourselves in position to have to win 4 games in 4 days. But I like the team, and I like how they're working.
past 2 years, you go into the tournament that's a 16 seed, kind of what you were touching on, taking care of business. How important is it for you guys to put yourself in a position where you get a little bit better seed, have a better draw, where you're not forced to play the number 1 seed first off?
I wasn't concerned about being a 16 seed this year. I mean, first of all, I didn't think we were a 16 seed. We were a 16 seed based on all of the injuries that we had throughout the season. And I think we proved that in the game against Kansas. But, I think the most important thing is that we progress, we get better each time out, each game, each day in practice. And if we're a 15 seed, we're a 2 seed, who cares? The bottom line is, let's be playing our best basketball at the end, but let's play really good basketball throughout the season as well. And, for the first time in the last couple of years, I think we have the experience and depth to do that.
Coach, what are some of your all's goals coming out here on the 5-stop Tuckers on tour?
I think, just to let the people know what's going on in Hilltopper Athletics. They got football and men's and women's basketball, so it's just good sometimes to see people and see them in a different setting rather than on the court. So it's good to be relaxed and just kind of hang out a little bit.
You've been pleased with the turnout tonight and last night in Louisville?
Yeah, it was good last night, and hopefully we'll have a good turnout.
Cool. Appreciate it.